As you know, Tucker Carlson has, with this whole Dominion lawsuit against Fox, a lot of the true feelings of the Fox host have come out, and Tucker Carlson's true feelings for Donald Trump were revealed. I think demonic force, good at breaking everything. The list goes on. And of course, this was also aided by the fact that, once again, Kevin McCarthy gave Tucker Carlson all this footage, and he rewrote the narrative as to what happened on January 6th. And so I guess my long-winded question for you is, does Tucker Carlson have a shred of credibility left? And Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, Rupert Murdoch, they all admitted that they knew the 2020 election wasn't stolen. So is the Republican Party going to finally be able to move past denialism on some levels? More than they have?
Yeah, well, I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean, all this evidence, it's really indefensible, the behavior. And the fact that Lou Dobbs, he's already out. I think he's not going to be the only one that you're going to see pushed out. I think we're going to see more changes, so stay tuned on that.
Suzanne
I do
Scott,
think,
I've heard,
though,
is
that
the fall woman. Rumored.
we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Rupert's a savvy operator, so he wants to keep the ship running. So, and I think as far as January 6th, and that was one of the worst days in modern U.S. politics. Horrible, horrible day. I think all of us say things in the heat of a very stressful moment that we regret. I don't think anybody would deny that. So I think when you look at actually Donald Trump's reaction to Tucker Carlson, which is actually no reaction, that's very telling. He wants to put it behind him. Also, I think the notion of having one private conversation and then a public conversation, that's something that you see in politics. That was Hillary Clinton when she said with her speeches, I have a private position and I have a public position. These texts and things remind me a little bit of the DNC leak as well, where you had, certain conversations were said, or certain things were said in private and then different things were said publicly. So as far as politics is concerned, that is nothing new. And then as far as the election itself, I mean, I think what they're going to say is, hey, we were just interviewing people and this is what they were saying. And so I think at the end of the day, they'll probably be fine in the courtroom. I think there's also important distinction between the news division and the opinion division at Fox. And I think that's something to keep in mind because Fox has some amazing journalists. You had one who was seriously wounded in Ukraine last year, reporting about the conflict there. Bret Baier, I think, is a really good journalist, and I think the opinion team does some great reporting also. But when you have an angle, you're pushing a cause. Again, I don't think we should all be judged by our worst moments. Dave, do you?
No, and I would, a couple of reactions. I'm not sure what you were talking about when you said Donald Trump stayed silent. He put out very quickly on Truth Social how correct Tucker Carlson was. And, he's been talking about pardoning the insurrectionists. So I haven't seen any calming down or any lack of doubling down on his point. But a couple of things really stick out.
I meant, Dave, what I meant on that was that Trump is not angry at Tucker Carlson for Tucker Carlson's private statements. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no. I mean, again, there's no such thing as bad publicity. He's proved that in his mind. But a couple of things, we're pragmatists on this show. So a couple of things really I'm flummoxed by. First of all, January 6th is an issue Democrats love to talk about. I mean, they basically ran the entire 22 midterm election on January 6th. So why the right would want to purposely bring up this issue, I don't understand. It's a little bit of self-immolation. Secondly, the timing on this is really questionable to me. With all the stuff that Fox is going through right now, with their reputation being shredded, and frankly, I think they're at a real risk in this lawsuit. It's a very hard thing to prove, but when it comes to a defamation lawsuit, let's just put it this way, they're scared. So why now? Why just reinforce everything? It just makes absolutely no sense to me. So we'll have to see. And again, the the big lie believers, they've done terribly. So yet they keep doubling down. I guess the moral of this story, sadly, is just like I've never seen a party more terrified of its voters in today's Republican Party. I've never seen a network more terrified of its viewers than Fox News. And that's a very sad commentary on things.